He has got him shaking in fear. Trump may have evolved since 2016, but one thing has not changed, which is his ability to shut down the lamestream media. Back then he was more ranting, openly calling them fake news every turn. Now his approach has become a bit more refined and mature, but the outcome remains the same if not better. Whether it's flipping their narratives back on them or exposing Bloomberg's editor-in-chief with a few words, today we're covering his latest takedowns and they are pure gold. As always, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this.
Mr. President, do you have a reaction to the new Time magazine cover that has Elon Musk sitting behind your Resolute desk?
タイムマガジンにイーロン・マスクが大統領の机の後ろで座っている写真がありますけども、それに関するコメントは何かありますか?
Is Time magazine still in business? I didn't even know that.
まだタイムマガジンは廃刊じゃないんですか?
Elon is doing a great job. He's finding tremendous fraud and corruption and waste. You see it with the USAID, but you're going to see it even more so with other agencies and other parts of government. He's got a staff that's fantastic. He's wanted to be able to do this for a long time, and everybody else knew it was existent, but I think never so much.
This was just last week after Time magazine released a cover where Elon Musk is sitting behind the Resolute desk with both the US and the presidential flag behind him. It is a clear jab and insinuates that Elon is the one pulling the strings at the White House when you realize that Trump gave them an interview just a couple of months ago because he was named Person of the Year. His response gets even funnier, but there is some truth to his claim. Some reports suggest that earlier last year, Times magazine, quote, laid off some 15% of its union-represented editorial employees, so they might not be around for too long.
Have you spoken to any of the families of the victims of the plane crash?
I don't want to comment on that.
Do you have a plan to go visit the site or meet with any of the
I have a plan to
responders?
visit, not the site, because you tell me, what's the site? The water?
Or to meet with the
Want me to go
first
swimming?
responders down there?
I don't have a plan to do that, but I will be meeting with some people that were very badly hurt with their family member, obviously, but I'll be meeting with some of the families.
It's been nearly 4 years since we've seen a president hold a proper press meeting at the Oval Office, and honestly, I've missed those. As for this particular reporter, she could have asked just about anything, yet she chose that question. She was referring to the tragic DC collision between an airplane and a helicopter, and everyone knew the crash site was the Potomac River. Even Bill Maher, of all people, praised Trump's reaction, pointing out that any other politician would have given a generic and scripted answer, while Trump called it out for what it was. Next, we have CNN's finest, Caitlin Collins, trying to talk over the dawn while he was answering a question from the audience.
Hello, President Trump.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
The current administration has made it clear that we should continue to provide military equipment to Ukraine so that they can defend themselves. Do you support this decision, and how would you deal with the increasing threat posed by Vladimir Putin?
First of all, thank you very much. It's really nice. And it's an important question, so important, because we're giving away so much equipment. We don't have ammunition for ourselves right now. We don't have ammunition for ourselves. We're giving away so much. But here's the thing. I have to say it to start off, no longer matters. If I were president, this would have never happened. And even the Democrats admit that. Putin knew it would have never happened. And his pipeline would have never happened. A lot of things would have never happened. But this would never have happened. And all those dead people, both Russian and Ukrainian, they wouldn't be dead today. And all those cities that are blown up and disintegrated right to the ground, that wouldn't have happened. Okay.
Can you believe this was almost 2 years ago? It was a town hall hosted by CNN, and Trump did a fantastic job. It also helped the failing network massively, drawing 3.3 million viewers, which was, quote, more than 3 times the number of viewers CNN has earned during the 8 p.m. hour back then. Seeing how she got completely ignored, Caitlin decided to interrupt again a few seconds later, which led to this legendary moment.
But on this issue, Mr. President, I should know, I don't know any Democrats who have said they don't believe Putin would have been invaded if you were president. But her question is, would you continue to give Ukraine money and weapons if you're elected? What's the answer?
I have a very good relationship with President Zelensky because, as you know, he backed me up with the phony impeachment hoax number one when he said the president didn't do anything wrong. So
that was
I happen
when you asked
to like.
Him for an investigation
so I happen to like. Yeah,
weapons.
that's right. And I was totally exonerated, by the way. Just a waste of time and money.
You were impeached over that. You were impeached over that. But let's stay on topic here, Mr. President, because the question is, would you give Ukraine weapons
I was
and funding?
impeached by a crazy woman named Nancy Pelosi.
But the question here is...
Exactly. He was impeached by the very people who later used the justice system against him and are currently losing their minds over the corruption and waste Elon is uncovering in different government agencies. But hey, that's the modern left for you. They're more concerned with silencing their opponents than addressing any real, very substantial issues. Drop a like if you think they'll keep on losing it if they don't change course soon. And next, we have a reporter asking a question using some weird terminology.
Vice President suggested that if the Supreme Court rules in a way that you don't like, they can just enforce it by themselves. Do you agree with that?
I don't know even what you're talking about. Neither do you. Who are you with?
Up close, sir.
Who?
Up close.
Oh, no wonder. I thought they died. Are they still around? I haven't read them in years. I thought they died. All right, go ahead. Who else?
Yes, you heard that right. A so-called journalist just used the word impulsify, which doesn't actually exist. I bet good money he graduated during the pandemic because honestly, there's no other explanation for this level of incompetence besides too much distance learning. On a more serious note, this might be the most attention that Huffington Post has gotten in years. Let's not forget this is the same outlet that has been struggling to stay relevant after suffering one setback after another, and now with its parent company BuzzFeed facing financial trouble, it's not looking any better for them. To wrap things up, we have Bloomberg's editor-in-chief being put into his place for pushing lefty propaganda.
President Trump, I let you give your example. You talked a lot about tariffs. You look at the American economy, 40 million jobs rely on trade. It counts for 27% of GDP.
Okay.
If you cut that off, that's also going to have an effect on many, many business people here.
Yeah.
Tariffs also have another side. Isn't that something that you have to acknowledge?
No.
You could be plunging America into the biggest trade war since Smoot-Hawley.
But there are no tariffs.
You're going to stop. There are tariffs already at the moment.
There are no tariffs. All you have to do is build your plant in the United States, and you don't have any tariffs.
People, a lot of places like this, there are a lot of jobs that rely on foreigners coming here. You're going to basically stop trade with China. You're talking about 60% trade on that, 60% tariffs on that. You're talking, as you said, 100, 200% on things you don't really like. You're also talking about 10, 20% tariffs on the rest of the world. That is going to have a serious effect on the overall economy. And yes, you're going to find some people who will gain from individual tariffs. The overall effect could be massive in terms of the economy.
I agree it's going to have a massive effect, positive effect. It's going to be a positive, not a negative.
Well,
let me just I know how committed you are to this, and it must be hard for you to spend 25 years talking about tariffs as being negative and then have somebody explain to you that you're totally wrong.
This was just 3 weeks before the election, and Trump once again proved just how ahead of the game he is. With a single post on Truth Social threatening tariffs, he got the president of Colombia to reverse course and send his own presidential plane to pick up deported citizens, after previously acting tough where they turned around American flights carrying Colombian deportees. But it didn't stop there. Canada and Mexico also fell in line, proving that using tariffs isn't just about economics, it's about reshaping political dynamics as well. But I'd love to know your thoughts here, so let's get the conversation rolling in the comments down below. And if you want your friends to see these amazing moments, please share the video with them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.